Hello, and welcome to the first ever Fourscore in State of the Pongs. My goal today is to help share what Fourscore 7 Pongs has been, what it is today, and where we're going next. This is going to mostly be boring, but these are things I wanted to share that I haven't explicitly shared in a public format before. I want to focus on three things during this: helping others, sustainability, and a sense of community. I'm outlining this as past, present, and future. Some of this is going to be old news, so feel free to skip to the present section and grab a snack, something to drink, and let's get into it. Fourscore and 7 Pongs started as a small video game competition between me and Brian Vaughn. We did it 4 times from 2011 to 2016. It was hosted right here in my house. We had some friends over, and we just had a day of hanging out and playing games. In 2016, we decided to run a fundraiser and stream our competition to the world. With the help of Sean Signs, we streamed to a small audience, and we raised $1,000 for Child's Play, a charity that donates toys and games to children's hospitals worldwide. I was personally amazed and humbled that we were able to do that with very little planning and organization. At that point, a spark was lit for me that I wasn't able to stoke. That is until 2020. In 2020, due to the pandemic, I started streaming games to a small audience of my friends. I was a novice and didn't have much experience. In May of 2020, we were unable to have a picnic that my wife and I had held annually for 20 years. My wife, Erica, suggested instead we stream some games to our friends and try to raise money for our local food bank, the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. We came up with the idea of Meal Memorial Madness because we streamed it during Memorial Day weekend, raising money for meals. Meal Memorial. And Madness because alliteration. To our surprise, within 12 hours, we raised over $3,000. It wasn't long after that friends started to ask, "So what are you doing next year?" And we did it again and again and again. Personally, I became a semi-professional streamer within our community. I learned a lot about broadcasting, community engagement, and technology that larger charity events employ. To date, we've raised nearly $50,000 since we started doing this. Over the years, we've worked to grow the event and make it more professional, and I've strived to make it more sustainable, as there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that people don't know about. We've established a community through our Discord server, through the event, and we've gained new volunteers each year after 6 events. As we move into the latter half of this decade, we understand who we are. We aren't a huge, super popular event or community. Our best success has come from grassroots networking with the support of our friends, family, and colleagues. We've tracked analytics and donor retention to see what works, what doesn't, and how we can continue to improve. We believe, now more than ever, that providing a sense of community and support is very important. We believe in unconditionally helping people through the means of which we've already found success. We're not seeking fame, but to foster a sense of belonging and community, an outlet to bring people together when it seems we're all divided. Over the past few Memorial Madness events, we've grown a lot from our volunteer base to our own reach. The success of this initiative has been largely due to the unwavering dedication of individuals who've gone above and beyond to support Erica and I. We've invested our own time and resources to transform an event that we held a few times into an annual tradition. We've had to deal with administrative logistics, website management, social media accounts, prize solicitation, and other duties as assigned. Most of this is months before the event happens. In order to make Memorial Madness and Fourscore 7 Pongs at large more sustainable, and to give ownership to those that have made it happen, we're establishing a leadership team for Fourscore 7 Pongs. These are folks who have naturally stepped in behind the scenes, tackling things without ever being asked, and consistently going beyond what we expected. I couldn't be more optimistic about the future with this crew helping steer the ship. Again, we understand we're not a massive event or organization, but to ensure we work together, learn, and grow, we feel this is the next step at maintaining our success. Here's the team I'm happy to announce. Erica Cherub, head of fundraising / writer of emails. You know her. I love her. Erica is going to manage donor relationships and outreach. She will ensure volunteers understand our cause and why it's important. Chad Garvin, head of production / chaos wrangler. Chad will work directly with our volunteers and ensure they understand expectations and know what to do once the camera is on. He'll work with you if you have an idea and help foster it into a reality. Alex Carter, head of operations / spreadsheet maven. Alex works to manage the chaos of scheduling several volunteers. She'll also work to ensure that we have guides and documentation. She will see to it that our new volunteers have what they need and our veteran volunteers are informed and understand changes from past events. Jessica Jackson Mowry, head of social media / youth trends expert. Jess will now formally lead our social media team and scout for new ideas to keep our feeds active and engaging. Chris McLaughlin, head of technology / technomancer. Chris will oversee our technology stack and ensure tech volunteers understand everything it takes to keep the stream running without problems. Miranda McLaughlin, creative lead / cat with a box of crowns. Miranda will keep the fun in fundraising as they help with output from graphic design, video editing, and help our game players come up with creative ideas for their segments. Jared Cherub, architect and director / local man. Me. I'm dedicated to guiding our organization towards greater success. Currently, I'm involved in all aspects of our work, but I recognize the need for additional support. Our leaders will assist me in focusing on key areas to ensure our continued growth. We owe a massive debt of gratitude to our entire volunteer force. However, it's the vision and hard work of these specific leaders that have kept the event going strong and ensured that we get better every single year. This doesn't mean that we don't have room for other roles that can help guide us into the future. We're still in need of a community engagement lead or a community outreach and partnership lead. The goal of all of this is to formalize and establish a maintainable future for Memorial Madness and 4-7 Pongs to support the community for years to come. Jared, what about Memorial Madness this year? I'm happy to announce that Memorial Madness 2026 will take place from May 22nd to May 24th. A few changes are afoot. You may have noticed. 3 days. But we're not going to be streaming overnight this year. It's not been sustainable with our current volunteer pool. The true intent of streaming 36 hours continuous was to demonstrate our commitment to the mission and the madness. We're moving to 3 days, which will allow for our games and shows to run longer and breathe. And more importantly, it will allow our volunteers and me to get rest so we can give each day our best and help make things less chaotic. Also changing this year, we have our own website for registration and sign up. No more 3,000 Google Forms and various links to get lost between emails and Discord. Starting this year, all volunteers will have an account and a profile so they won't have to fill out basic information each year and can just update it as we do more events. The website will also serve as a base for all of our documentation, links, and announcements. All in one place, one link, on an old-fashioned website. Sorry we're not big enough for our own app yet. Memorial Madness 2026 signups will go live on March 10th and end on April 20th. Whether you're a longtime volunteer, someone who helped a few years ago, or someone new looking to join the cause, we look forward to you signing up soon. I will post a much shorter video about signups next week. If you've watched this entire video, thank you. Thank you for supporting us as we grow to help others in our community. The changes this year, as well as the outcome of Memorial Madness 2026, will dictate if we can continue doing this long term and possibly determine if we can do additional events, become a nonprofit, and more. That all depends on you now. So, be excellent to each other, and see you next time. This is an awkward pause. We believe this year. Past few, past.